Hey, Jill. Hey, Sandra and Alex. Hi, Venerable Love Song. Damcho. It's good to see you again. Hi, Heen. Just saw you. How are you? So good to see you. So while we're waiting for Geshe to arrive, there's a couple of announcements. I think you all know by now that Venerable Rabina will be coming May 17th through, and that's a Wednesday, through next Wednesday, and that'll be through Sunday the 21st. We are looking for volunteers, so head on over. Thank you, Rainey, for volunteering. Head on over to the sign up on our website. If you just go to our homepage, kadampa-center.org, we have a scrolling banner and you'll see a picture with Venerable Rabina. Just click on that and that will take you to lots of information about her upcoming visit, including what she'll be teaching on and when, and a link to become a sponsor or a donor to help support the teachings, as well as a link to sign up to volunteer. So we still need lots of help. Looks like Geshe has arrived.
Okay. Please turn to page 35 in the Gold Prayer Book, and we'll start with the 7-limb prayer. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind. I present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imagined. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. Now the page 97 and 98 for the short mandal offering. Saji perki shu xing metta tam ni rap ni ji ni de gen padi sangye jing du mi te ua i do kun nam dak jing la che pa shok. Page 98. Jetsun lama dampa kenam kichur kukala kense chujin trik jita tsampe duje zima la shao Geshe charpawap tu so idam guru ratamadalakam niryatayami. On page 98, Geshe will lead us in the refuge in bodhicitta prayer.
Sanje Chedam Sanje Chana Dagi Chishi Zanam Dola Benja Sanje Dola Sanje Chedam Sanje Chana Janja Hanan Dagi Chishi Dola Benja Sanje Dola Sanje Chedam Sanje Chana Dagi Chishi Jiva Sanam Dola Pidya Sanje. Padala Mimina Miyaji Yamada Jajela Sanjaya Chola Chava Javana Sanje Sumra Rabda Shishin Devin Jujuba Didara Shijaya Dabe Chunje Jinen Dirishi Namo Ala Yegadana Dani Jigaya Jamana Dani Yegadana Davakunjana Kamja Kipandaki Chutento Kange to the Josone Navana Javana Good evening. Good evening. Everybody on Zoom, good evening. Or also YouTube, if there anybody watching. Still on patient? Okay. Topic, patient. The root text, is like, the text has 10 chapters. So this is the commentary from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama on chapter number 6, out of chapter number 10, chapter number 6, which has the more page than any other chapter. It talks about patience. So this is the commentary. So now here the root text. Shen dunga yuden is jove tekba sewars. Generally speaking, like trouble, problem, complication, suffering does not have qualities. It doesn't have any qualities. But it has one qualities, so when you are going through difficulties, it helps you to overcome from pride, arrogant. So that's the one qualities. Joy, or joy means like by as kind of like joy literally means like sadness, saddened by problem that you are going through, complication that you are going through. So then it's hard to be arrogant. Koapas, koroa, cyclic existence, cyclic existence. The cycle, what we call 12 link. So if you go outside the temple here, so there's like image, so there's like a lot of death. Yama is holding their will. So inside there's called 12 link, which is like expansion of the Four Noble Truth. Expansion of the Four Noble Truth. That refers to cycle. So then if you look closely at that image, center of the wheel, there's like a pig, rooster, and snake. Pig symbolizes ignorance, means not knowing. A lot of mistakes do occur, but not knowing creates mistakes. Rooster symbolizes attachments. Snake symbolizes anger. So sometimes the way they paint like one coming out of each mouth, so that's not really correct way to paint. So the rooster and the pig, the rooster and the snake, both of them should coming from pig's mouth. So that's the correct way to paint. Sometimes they, paint each one is coming from each other's mouth. So that's not the correct way to paint. So sometimes, maybe artists don't understand. They just paint. So like the correct way is like both of them coming out of the pig's mouth. So that's correct way to paint. For the second knowledge, if somebody asks you next time what they symbolize, so that symbolize what you call like three poisons is the root of all the complications that we experience, or root of all the disturbing thought. So that's why that located, put it in the center of the wheel. There's 12 links because of that. Then it goes round and round and round and round. Till you liberate. When you liberate, meaning if you experience shunyata directly or indirectly, so then you kind of like cease that circle, so that it won't happen. It won't happen because the ignorance is pretty much challenged, tackled, or gone. So without ignorance, the rest of the links doesn't happen. It happened because of in the image they painted someone who has like an arrow in the eye, means blind. Usually they symbolize ignorance, not able to see. So then each one has a painting that symbolize 12 link, symbolize. Okay. That's called korowa, core, circle, core. That refers to the will. That will, 12 links, holded by Lord of Death, called Yama. So that link is the expansion of the Four Noble Truth. That's the first teaching the Buddha taught back in Saranath after 49 days after enlightenment. The first teaching the Buddha offered it is Saranath. There's a Four Noble Truth. So now we'll see what he's on saying. nganzu dungan namla gewe chaji yeze gewe chaji de penna nganzu ngaja chundun doji. There's something good comes out of, like sufferings. What is that? That like it kind of reduced the arrogance or pride. Nganzu shinji dungan la samji tuba tangs. So zi nyingji peji yoba tabu yinsa. Then later on, if you see someone, like going to the same problem because you already experienced that, so then you may have like developed some kind of sympathies or compassion towards that beings, persons that are going to the same problem that you already went and maybe overcome. It kind of creates the opportunity for you to generate compassion. Not just that, nganzu sab chende dungaji yushi misobare, so dungaji miso. So then, whatever mistake that person made in order to experience the problem or trouble, complications, so then you will learn lessons, not to make the same mistakes. Because of that, somebody's going through that difficulties. So then you learn that. There's another benefit. Okay, so then you yourself make sure that you don't do the things that lead to chance of complication or problems. That's another thing. Ina yangsa but manta yangsa at least minnamla chechung la madeba shen jinjin lo shi yu jingsu. So generally speaking, so everybody has, or everyone has interest to cherish other, different degrees of interest to help others. Jinju means cherish. Jinju literally means cherish. Rang jinju means cherishing yourself. Shen jinju means cherishing others. So we all have different degrees of that cherishing, the interest to cherish others, different degrees. Nganzu lo di compares. Compare means develop, further develop or increase, further develop. So that the interest or desire to cherish others, so that mindset needs to be developed. Compared to tani shinpeji sampa, mind that want to help others. So when that mind is fully developed, then so that is called bodhicitta. That mind cherishing other, wanting to benefit other. If that mind is fully developed, so that mind is called bodhicitta. Okay. Shenbenji lo di kombe do doa. What is the main obstacle in order to develop that kind of mind? What is the main obstacles? Nesim, wanting to harm someone, harm physically, mentally, verbally, want to harm someone. Kwesim, waiting for opportunity to harm. Not harming now, but didn't really give up, but still looking for right moment, something like that. Kunsim. Nesim, harmful mind. Kongto, anger. These are the obstacles in order to fully develop wanting to cherish others. So that mind, in order for that mind to become bodhicitta, the main obstacles, these are the obstacles. Therefore, Gajin Teta Nuba, Goba Nganju, Sobanyam languages. So these are the obstacles that kind of obscure or interrupt us to develop that mind to become bodhicitta. Therefore, we need patience, a lot of patience. We need a lot of patience when these things occur. We need a lot of patience. Language that we need to practice patience in order to prevent, in order to overcome from those obstacles. Sake of generating bodhicitta. Soba chizam ji mambu gomna, kondo ya tezam chungdo is. The deterioration of anger is very much depend on how much you practice patience. Deteriorations of the anger is very much depend on how much you practice patience. So when you control the patience is the best method to overcome from anger or maybe challenge the anger. Patience is the best. So now the question arises. First, now we understood what is patience. So now the big question arises. What is the best time to practice patience? What is the best time to practice patience? Question arises, what's the best time to practice patience? If you are having good time, you don't need patience. Nobody needs patience. If you are having great time, if you are enjoying watching movies, like listening to music, going to the beach, or eating cheesecake, or maybe chocolate chip cookie from Whole Foods, the warm one, you don't need patience. When we need patience, if somebody is getting under the skin, under your skin, so then you need patience. If somebody is annoying you, bothering you, there's so many words being used: annoying, bothering, irritating. I'm not sure, like each has different meaning. Irritating, annoying, bothering. Pretty much same, yeah. But better to have less words. The person like me is far easier to learn English. Irritating, like so many words that we have, so many words that we use. Very annoying, very bothering, irritating, and like the patience is the best method. Patience. When to practice? If somebody's bothering you. Unfortunately, we don't see that it's an opportunity to practice patience. We see this like then we enter into defense mode. What we do when we enter into defense mode, we don't rely on bodhicitta, we don't rely on loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, we don't rely on that. We rely on poison. 3 poisons, anger, attachment, poisons. So then, Kangshi, they're saying in Tibetan, there's expression, Kangshi Sergirila, if you lean on golden mountain, if you lean on golden mountains, there's a possibility you yourself may transform into gold. If you lean on Kangshi Tugurila, if you lean on the poison mountains, you yourself may be turned into poison. So, meaning, doing good, you become good. Doing bad, you become bad. So that's the meaning. It's not. That's just expression in Tibetan. So then, masters like Atisha, Lama Atisha, Dipamkara, Shirijana, Nalendra master. Sawa took, if the root is poison, everything, tree, the branch, leaf, everything become poison. That's Lama Atisha. It's all kind of like boils down to the same point, the expression. Shadantabi Dibanes, I think the very beginning of the chapter number 6 in the root text, Shaitan tabi dibba means there's no destructive emotion like anger. Shantideva said many centuries ago. Soba tabi katu means there's no practice like patience. There's no practice like patience. This is Shantideva's word. Shaitan tabi dibba soba tabi katu means teves sola nendendo nato suji kumbhashas. That is the very beginning of the chapter number 6. Therefore, therefore, with every effort, practice patience from all kinds of ways, whatever ways, or maybe thinking about religion, or maybe thinking about the well-being of other sentient beings, or thinking about protecting your own peace of mind, whatever the reason might be, practicing patience based on all kind of reason to practice patience. Teve Sula, Nente means the Nente word Nente is like emphasis on practicing patience. Must, not like, oh, maybe you should practice patience. Not like that. You must practice patience. Teve Sula, Nente, Nato Suji. Nato means various method. Thinking about the kindness that you see from that person, thinking about all kinds of, thinking about the samsara as a whole, then thinking about bodhicitta, thinking about your own future enlightenment, thinking about all your religious belief, whatever the reason might be. So there's various ways that you must practice patience. If I'm not mistaken, that's the very beginning of chapter number 6, the stanza. It's not here, I just said it's not here. Then there's a Tseve Kola Shubha. So now, this is the commentaries. Tseve Kola Shubha. If I say something about loving kindness, in my personal view, that's what everyone likes to be loved. Everyone likes to be loved. It's just natural things. It's not like something you develop through meditation. It's just natural things. Everybody likes to be loved. It's natural things. Tana tuno. Even the animals. Even the animals, kind of even animals kind of like likes you if you show them loving kindness, compassion. Very true. As I said last Sunday, I make friend with a squirrel, white squirrel in my backyard. Took times, not overnight, took time, so now come very close, almost to the hand to pick up the nuts. It's just wild. No religion, no education, no title, no power, no possessions. Simply become closer because you kind of feel secure, safe, and trust that you are not going to hurt them. So that's been proven. It's been proven, squirrel. So that's like everyone likes to be loved. Everyone likes to be cared. Of course, for every human, not just that, even the animals, if you chase them, shoot them, they'll never come close, because they know that you're harming them, even the animals. Then it gives you something that you cannot buy. The joy that you feel in your heart, you cannot buy. How are you going to buy? You cannot buy. Simply like giving nuts to the joy that you experience, giving nut to the squirrel. You cannot buy that. You cannot buy. So that's exactly what Mother Teresa said. Mother Teresa who took care of all these poor people in Calcutta. It's not very far from my hometown, Sikkim. And what you can expect from those people? Nothing. They have no education, no power, no money, nothing. They're just poor. So what she received, there's no price. There's no price. And she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly. Mainly practicing loving kindness, compassion. That's all. Doesn't matter name of God or name of whatever. It doesn't matter because somebody's getting benefit. So there's hard lifelong dedication to take care of the poor, the wonderful things. And she even said, one by one, I think I remember one point, there's war in Kosovo. She wants to go in the battlefield to rescue people. And of course they don't let, they basically told her, it's simple, you can rescue all of them. She said, I rescue one by one. One person, that's worth it. So that's kind of mentalities. So it's wonderful. This is not something 2,000 years ago. It happened in our generations. It's not like that, it become like history. No, it just happened now like, at least even the animals, if you give them love, care, they also like you. But they may not express like we humans do, but otherwise they don't become close to you. If someone shows you expression of love, kindness, compassion, that gives you joy, that gives you happiness. Mental happiness, not talking about physical happiness. Maybe some degree you could say physical happiness. Here in Buddhism, physical happiness refers to the happiness that you generate through five senses. These are considered as a physical happiness. In that regard, you could say that gives you physical happiness also. Then, physical happiness usually has a potential to contribute to mental happiness. There's some orders, I don't remember now exactly which one occurs first. Physical happiness, mental happiness. So then it comes down to pliancy. Mental pliancy, physical pliancy, which one comes first? There's like definite order. So I think pliancy, first of all, you reach physical pliancy, so then you reach mental pliancy. So that's like if you do samadhi meditations, 9 stages of samadhi meditations, then you physically feel very light at the beginning. So if you achieve first stage, second stage, third stage, your concentration improves. You get distracted less. You are not going to be easily get distracted. So your concentration is quite powerful. So then eventually it leads to physical pliancy, mental pliancy. So then first physical pliancy, then mental pliancy. Pliancy, how you say? Pliancy. Another word. This word sounds very fancy. Listen, that's good. Well-balanced, physical, well-balanced mind. So that creates happiness. So that's what it means, pliancy. Happiness-wise, first you achieve physical happiness, so then they contribute to mental happiness. Now I remember, that's the order. First you experience physical happiness, then later you experience mental happiness. Pliancy-wise, first you experience pliancy physical first, mental later. Happiness mental first, the physical later. So that's the order. That's the order. Pliancy-wise, first you achieve physical pliancy, then mental pliancy. Happiness-wise, First mental happiness, so they then contribute to the physical happiness. Oh, I think that's the correct one. If someone is expressing showing you like expression of love, kindness, compassion, that gives you happiness. As I mention all the time, you don't have to believe, you don't have to accept, analyze, okay? Oh. Tendashik Shungi Mindo Kamsa. He's only asking, isn't that true? Isn't that correct? Loving kindness is the one that talks about every religion. Important one talks in every part of the major religion traditions. Nangde Chubesa, including Buddhism, Chulu Same Susu Tembala, Ngaiwe Chetopawe Yundeni, including Buddhism, all the major traditions of all the major religious traditions. One of the best mental qualities of whomever you believe, one of the best mental qualities that you believe that possesses like loving kindness. That means infinity love, or whatever you say. That's one of the best qualities. It's not a power. The best mental qualities, based on, including Buddhism, based on every major religious traditions that follower believe that the founder of the religions possess. The best quality is loving kindness. It's not the power. It's not the anger. It's not the pride. It's not the attachment. Loving kindness. So it's here now, what you call like, of course Buddhism does not believe in creators, because not because that we want to be different, no, because when you think about the philosophy of shunyata, then it becomes problems. Shunyata, practice of shunyata will not exist if you believe in creator. So there's a big conflict there. It's not like we are better than another one. The concept of shunyata, so that very concept of shunyatas, it become problems. It's become difficult to accept external creators. Therefore, that's the reason. Nothing else. That's the only reason, nothing else. If someone who believes in the Creator, they also talk about compassion, loving kindness, compassion, importance of loving kindness, compassion in their religion. So, Simji Gunjabsu Chube, Simji Gunjabsu Chube, Kansaki Chuju Toni, Kunzu Chamses, all these protectors, like Gun means leader that kind of leads you to higher place. Every major religious tradition is different, like different ideas about that. Lead means leading you to better place. Jab protects you from what? In Buddhism, from samsara and problem, suffering, all of that. There are many qualities: loving kindness, compassion. That's their main qualities. That's what follower believes. That's what the religious talks about. Emphasize on that. It's not just only Buddhist thing. It's every major religious tradition talks about loving kindness, compassion. Nganzu tsewa kunla chabe je takshin ko shekab nganzu je tsewa kunla chabe takshin shi ko shekab. When we talk about heaven, this is all his own is a word, okay? Nganzu tsewa kunla chabe takshin ko shekab. When we talk about the heaven, minnam je tero donde je tsuwanyu kuyos. Everybody likes to go there. Everybody likes to go. When we talk about heaven, read about heaven, everybody likes to go there. But Nganzu Tashini, Genza Tabdugi, King Yunungshi, Yimbashaba Yinaze. If we talk about the heaven where there's all kind of competitions, fighting, arguing, if you say something like that, nobody wants to go. When you explain about heaven, oh, that's where all the fighting happen, all the competitions about job, wealth, all that, nobody wants to go. It's opposite. That's like hypothetically, if you explain like that, heaven is like that. Nobody wants to be born or go there, so going there with this body is, that's like, usually, that's not that's not usually how people think they could go to heaven without losing this body. Mainly they're thinking about life after this, when they're generally speaking. Buddhism is a little bit, this is what I'm saying, not he's only saying here, I'm the one who's saying. In Buddhism, especially in Vajrayana traditions, there is possibilities that you could go to heaven without losing this body. There's possibilities. So that only happen Buddhism, Sutrayana path and Vajrayana path. That only happen in the Vajrayana path. Vajrayana path, there's like 4 classic of tantras: Kriya, Charya, Yoga, Hatha Yoga Tantra. In Hatha Yoga Tantra, there's possibility that one could achieve, one could go to certain pure land without losing this body. But that also requires, like intensive practice, meditations, combined with wind, energy, chakras, all of that, very much needed. I just felt like to explain that. Human, we naturally think the loving kind is something good. We consider loving kind is something good. Nisim, mind that want to harm, Napsim, waiting for the right opportunity to harm. Napsim, Nisim, Nim is harm. Sim, there's mind there's want to harm. Napsim, there's a little bit different. Napsim is like, if you see someone as like something nice, then you say, oh, I want that. That mindset called napsim. Like somebody want to have something there, you say, oh, I want that. So then do napsim. Krisim, so there's anger. Krisim's like control. Anger and that mind, they're slightly different. I think, but krisim, probably that's the one that like you don't like, but you don't really harm now, probably waiting for opportunity to harm. But it's deep down, it's deep. Control, there's anger, it's quite obvious. It's not like it just happened that you can see in the physical expressions. 그래서 control ganachi means naturally we human naturally like those things. We human naturally does not want to harm anyone. We human naturally not like that. Therefore, tete tsewani dowa kunji sachin samjiyuna. So there's a loving kindness, something that embraced by all human, loving kindness, generally speaking. So this loving kindness can be improved, can be developed, could become bodhicitta, possible. Anybody falling asleep? Sometimes what happened in the monastery, so there's no AC, there's no, nowadays probably no AC, but we have fan. Long time ago, no AC, no fan. Summertime is so hot that we go to class, so nobody has book, just all orally taught, not like computer, nothing. Sometimes the teacher gets so excited about the subject, so like goes on and on, and meanwhile the student is like, one here, one there. That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking, because I myself experienced in the monastery many times. So make sure that nobody has falling down. Also YouTube or Zoom too. Mi mambu shiki sojin chepani sa. Pamka kurvi nyuba maybe tajim samjiyos. A lot of people, generally speaking, thinks or someone who's practicing patience, they kind of not look up, they kind of look down, or maybe that person has no power, or maybe coward, or like some what. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. This is not reason. This is a mistake. He's honest. That's a mistake. Patience is the sign of power. Patience is a sign of power. It protects, first of all, it protects your peace of mind. Your mind is not being disturbed. Even the circumstances is kind of hard, your mind is okay, your mind is not disturbed. That's called power. That's called power. I think that's the one that's called power. So that's in my view, that's what is called power. Because people are saying something or maybe breaking something, you are not disturbed. You think, well, people die, things breaks, You have like a deeper thinking than acting like, oh, that's the end of the world. Just one, you lost just one piece of glass. Making like, you act like that you are losing your life. People do. Some people, they don't even react at all because they are thinking much, much deeper than, they don't hold, what the meaning, they don't hold tightly on anything because they know nature is impermanent. So they understood, so their knowledge protect their peace of mind. So this is our day-to-day life experience. Some people come to your house, they knock down something, break something. These things happen, so that what is the most important things? Peace of mind while you're alive, while you're dying, after death. That's the only thing that matters, nothing else. Even this body becomes nothing, so that's the fact. When it happened, no clue. Have some idea, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, have ideas. But that idea is not backed by evidence. There's no evidence. Could be today, could be tomorrow. There's no way to prevent, The teaching says very clearly, it will happen. There's nothing you can do. When it happens, no clue. Have some idea, not be today, have idea, but the idea doesn't guarantee anything. Then after the breath ceases, what matter? Even this body becomes nothing. So can you imagine everything else become nothing? What does it matter? If you be kind, compassionate, loving, that is the only thing that matters. Therefore, we just do good things. It's not for the sake of just sake of religion, belief. That's why only thing, goodness, how you say goodness? That's the only thing that matters. Therefore, just do good. Makes sense. Not just sake of religion, just for this fact. When do good, do now. Why? There's no guarantee. Want to say something good, say now. Why you wait? You may be not alive tomorrow, hard to say. That's the fact. Will that happen? It will happen. Nobody can prevent. Meaning death. Nobody can prevent. You could be billionaire, president, it will happen. Someone who's begging on the street, same thing. It will happen, same thing. There's no excuse. It will happen for everyone, everyone. Nobody will escape that. Nobody will escape. No matter how powerful you are, how rich you are, nobody can escape. There's no way to prevent it. That's the fact. When it happens, have idea, no clue. What is the matter after when this happens? Goodness, that's the only thing matter. Therefore, do just good, physically, verbally, mentally. When? Now. Why? It's uncertainty. Oh. But teaching says, teaching says practice dharma, meaning, positive things. Okay. Oh. So then I've been a Michigi Junzi Yantaki Tony. So if you Joban is a patient is the sign of power. Nima Mevetani, what is the sign of not having power? Anger. That's the sign of not having any power. Anger, that means you have no power. But we think differently. Penasa, for example, Mishiki, Junzi Yangdagi Tony, Indonesia, if somebody is arguing about something and has as a right reason, I'm not sure what that means, right reason. If somebody is arguing about something, that person has the right reason to argue. Nishiki Junzi Yangdaga Tony, with the arguing based on good reason. So, for example, like me and my father, when I brought my father here, now he's passed away many years ago, I want him to take shower. So I think I have good reason, but maybe, he'll become healthier. He doesn't want to take shower. So my brother from Switzerland tells him to take showers. My sister calls. He gets so upset. Do anybody have anything to say? Anything else to talk besides taking shower? I don't want to take shower. I'm not fish. I'm not fish. What you can do, that's nothing you can do. And it's not the. He takes shower based on his own term. He won't take shower if some of you tells, even though you say, I'm going to reward. No. Yeah, so dealing with the parents, that you have your own ideas, what he should do, what he should not do. We become so attached on that ideas, and meanwhile not knowing their suffering. It's complications. It's complications, sometimes it's hard. Helping also not easy. So my father likes to drink. What happened in Sikkim is 14,000 feet above sea level, so cold, long winter, pretty much everybody drinks to keep them warm. So that's how people in that area drinks. Not like this fancy that you have in West, fancy drink. Not like that, homemade, raw. So that can stop. I sent my father to monastery. I thought maybe it will help him to overcome from drinking problems. Monastery, nobody drinks in the monastery. I thought maybe she should go to environment there's nobody drinks. He managed to make friends with the local people. He bribed them, so that's how I guess. Just give up, there's nothing you can do, so just let him. If that's where his happiness comes from, I don't want to be the obstacle, but so It's not easy. So like we have idea, but instead we cling so tightly on that, then push that idea. Meanwhile, that person is suffering. I also give up asking him to take shower. It's not working. It's not working. So yeah, so helping sometimes. Only problem I think I realize because we become attached to our idea, we cling so tight. They don't listen, then you get angry. Meanwhile, you lose your peace of mind. We are not thinking clearly. So then, over time, then you realize, oh, wait a second, maybe it's not working. Why are you pushing? It's not benefiting. While you're pushing, you are not happy. The other person is not happy. It's not somebody else, it's your father. So not knowing what he's going through, like someone who take care of you now is like treating him like kids, all kind of problem, hard to say. So then one of the center member, mother, sometime I text her she wants to go to the CVS or like CVS and I think CVS. She's old, then she's just going there. I have nothing to do, nothing to buy, just helping. She sits in front of the chocolate, 30 or 40 minutes, doing really nothing. So now you have nothing to do, 30 minutes, what are you doing? Like go around, walk around, nothing to do. You come to ask, are you finished? Then she says, no, you go away. So like that, so it's helping. It's like sometimes need tons of patience, otherwise patience become thinner and thinner. So then all kind of things. So anyway, so now the anger is a sign of no power. When you're angry, you have no power. If somebody is arguing based on good reasons, like we all do, so that person, whoever is arguing based on good reason, that person is confidence, because that person has good reason, confidence. He or she feels confidence about arguing. Zumdang means smile face. I'm not sure about that. How many times you argue with someone with smiley face? That's hard thing to do. Or maybe explaining the reason. Zumdang, that's what he says. Zumdang dembe gune tela sachi chebares. Explain with smile. Tele do desa kongla junzi anda chik meba. Tele do de kongla junzi anda without having good reasons. If you argue not having good reason, then that person control and then because they have no really concrete reason for your argument, so then person may end up saying all kinds of things. So now the point is what he's only saying, if you have a concrete reason, so that reason will prevent you to get angry. Time to analyze. Analyze. Symptom because so anger, you get angry when your mind's been disturbed. You will easily get angry when your mind has been disturbed. That's the summary. So so I'm not sure what you say. I'm not sure. You say you tell your father or take shower, you have good reason. Then if he doesn't want to take shower, will you get upset? That's just an example, there's a risk. There's always a risk that you may think of why he's not listening. I'm telling him something good, why he's not listening. That happens. Or you end up pushing that idea and make that person miserable. That also happens. So what he's only saying is like, if you have good reason, concrete good reasons that will prevent you to get angry. Is that true? When you argue, is that true? So something to analyze, that's what I'm saying. So the next one is very true. Control is symptom because of changes. Yeah, you do get angry if your mind has been disturbed. You easily get angry. So that makes sense. Yeah. One more stanza, then I'll stop. Okay, maybe one more. No. Chibal laso dunga je june mitro waso. Semyo namlo chitetos. Teta kunjang chenchikus. So that's like Master Shanti Deva's word, root text. Chibal laso dunga chiba, there's a jointis, disease. Jointis? Huh?
Jaundice.
There's like something like jaundice. What is the jaundice?
Jaundice.
No, like there's like you turn into yellow.
Yes, that's jaundice.
Yeah, so jaundice. That's called chiba, jaundice. How you say? Jaundice, jaundice. So that's just jaundice. So then soak means extra, maybe all kind of like sicknesses, disease. So dungajas, these are suffering. No, these are also suffering. It's not happiness, suffering. We don't get angry. We don't get angry towards headache. Do we get angry towards headache? Huh? Really? Do?
Well, sometimes, depending on how bad it is.
Oh. Chela Mitro was the Shanti Deva was saying like, usually, generally speaking, we don't get angry with our disease. Even though it's suffering. Shanti Deva was wondering, because disease has no mind, it's not being, it's not living being. Semya means someone who possesses mind or consciousness, that's like living beings. Shanti is wondering, Shanti Deva was doing like thorough analysis, or you could say a thorough research, why we are not getting angry towards disease that is suffering, why we are getting angry someone who's causing the sufferings. All of them occur due to cause and conditions. Disease, someone criticizing you, looking down on you. This all happened due to causes and conditions. This all happened for the same reason, due to causes and conditions. So why we react differently? That's what Shanti Deva say. Why we react differently? Suffering is caused by living beings, not living beings. And why we particularly get angry with the living beings? Suffering caused by both living being is not living being. Maybe food poisoning is caused by food, is not caused by living being. Many diseases caused by not necessarily by living being, or maybe eating something like sorry, not the best section to stop. But time is running out, so this is only 1 hour. Okay. So usually, traditionally, you are supposed to stop in the good word, stanza. But I am not very following tradition very strictly, so of course there's maybe reason. So anyway, so time ran out. So so as I mentioned, if anybody has questions here, YouTube, Zoom, please send to Linda or maybe Domasi, so then we can, beginning of the class, maybe we can discuss a little bit, okay? Oh yeah. So then next Thursday, Domasi, so I'm going to the class about those who received the initiations, Vajrayogini initiations. I'm going to talk about the holy body of Vajrayogini, I'm going to give the detailed explanations. Or for sake of your meditation, if you're visualizing, so then you get some ideas why this ornament, why this, that, why the, like hand instrument, why looking there, looking like all things. So I decided to explain that first next Thursday, tomorrow, Holy Body of Vajrayogini. So then after that, I'm going to explain the mandala, Vajrayogini mandala, and divided into two different ways. So then after that, I will explain the main practice within the generating stage, taking ordinary death, rebirth, pardo into three kayas. So I'm going to explain that. That's the probably last one. So then after, I think that's all you need to know, all the people who practicing Vajrayogini, okay? So next, looks like Geshe Samba is very clear picture, picture that received by Alex here, who is already enlightened. So like Alex, maybe if you can give it to, to make so then people can see when I explain, they can have some visual image. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, in the Gold Prayer Book, turn to page 235 and 236, and we'll read stanzas 1 through 5. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may we quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samanta Bhadra too realize things as they are, we too dedicate all these merits in the best way, that we may follow their perfect example. We dedicate all these roots of virtue, with the dedication praised as the best, by the victorious ones as gone of the 3 times, so we might perform good works. We dedicate whatever virtues we have ever collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of perfect pure Losang Drapa to shine forever. Now the long life prayer is first for His Holiness. In the land encircled by snow, page 36 in the book. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chenrezig, Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Then page 245, the one for Sarah J. Kensen Rinpoche Jetson Losandel. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsokapa on bliss and void, Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. And now a prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche by His Holiness. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the opposites of refuge of the infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged, incomparable venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly depart to peace. What a great loss! Nevertheless, to the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the 3 jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of the reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And then 7 Tara mantras for Geshe and Geshe Sampo's long, happy, healthy lives. Om Taritu Taritu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good night. All my friends on Zoom, good night. So anybody watching, good night. Chitra Matra, good night.
Thank you, Geshe. Have a good night.
Oh yeah, good night. Oh yeah.
So just want to let everybody know, Sunday at 10:30 in the morning, we are going to have a Medicine Buddha Puja for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So that's at 10:30 Sunday morning. And we will be setting up Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. You can come a little bit early if you want. Geshe Sangpo is going to be helping us. We're going to be setting up 100 sets of offerings. So we do need as much help as we can get. And also, if anybody can stick around for a few minutes tonight, we can kind of get a start on the Gampa. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.